When you lose trust, it's incredibly difficult to ever get it back. Sometimes it's almost impossible to regain. When you have lost the public's trust, you have forfeited moral high ground and the benefit of the doubt, which is exactly why people are removed from positions of further public trust. The standard must be higher than those who are not in positions of public trust. Society should never be placed in a position where a civil servant's integrity is forever questionable. The Prime Minister of Canada and Liberal members of Parliament have a long list of reckless accomplishments. They have doubled the national debt. The Prime Minister has been found guilty twice by the Ethics Commissioner for the Aga Khan and We Charity scandals. Disregarded informed consent of federal workers, including the RCMP and the Canadian Armed Forces, or the CAF. Preaches bodily autonomy and a woman's right to choose abortion while offering aid to veterans with PTSD and people with depression. Arrested and beat unarmed peaceful protesters and wounded combat veterans of the CAF. Has offered no special programs for autism, but has helped provinces fund gender reassignment surgeries while sterilizing and castrating adolescents behind the backs of their parents. Just ask parents in BC. Passed into law Bill C-4, making it illegal for parents to talk to their children about the harms of gender reassignment with the threat of a penalty of 5 years in federal prison. 71 Christian churches have been vandalized or burned to the ground. Justin Trudeau says it's understandable. And to date, no charges have been filed, even though there are 71 crime scenes across Canada to collect evidence from. Loves to work with strong females, except when they disagree with him, interfering. Just ask Jody Wilson-Raybould after she was expelled as the Attorney General of Canada for another scandal involving SNC-Lavalin. The Liberal government has destroyed the careers of at least 12 CAF senior officers, 2 of which were exonerated and are now suing the government. Both of these officers had over 30 years of exemplary service. The CAF just fired long-standing members within months of earning their 25-year pensions for refusing to partake in a medical experiment. To this government, soldiers are expected to die for Canada, but they are not allowed to participate in its charter and constitutional rights. The CAF is currently at its lowest manning levels in Canadian history, with an attrition rate of 18%. While we currently have no ability to defend ourselves, $2 billion have gone to the Ukrainians, and $400 million has been used to donate U.S. Patriot missile systems to their army. I challenge anyone in Canada, specifically the lawyers, to clearly identify exactly when the Freedom Convoy in Ottawa was deemed illegal. Spoiler alert, it never was. It never met the conditions to be an illegal protest. Yet the Liberal government invoked the Emergencies Act on its own people and then appointed a Liberal judge to preside over a commission that was a legal requirement. This judge admitted during the commission that the government did not meet the criteria under Section 2 of the CSIS Act to invoke the Emergencies Act, but then ruled that the government met the very high threshold to invoke the Act. Justin Trudeau lied under oath during the Public Order Emergency Commission when he said he never called Canadians names, and he was never charged for perjury because the prosecutors and courts are all captured by Liberal ideology. He's undermined foreign investment and confidence in Canada, so other nations will not invest here. Why? Because he froze the bank accounts of 280 Canadians, and they shared their confidential information with foreign institutions like the Bank of China, England, France, Wall Street, India, and others. Lametti, do I have to go to law school for you to believe me when I tell you it's a direct violation of the Privacy Act in Canada? He has been briefed by the intelligence community that China has been threatening a federal Conservative MP, but took no action until even the deplorable lying media started noticing. Well, Selecting a Liberal judge worked so well for the Public Order Emergency Commission that he decided to appoint a family friend and Trudeau Foundation member to investigate Chinese interference, corruption, and infiltration. And to no one's surprise, the investigator found no wrongdoing with the government. The two Michaels were in Chinese jails for over 2 years, while the Huawei executive was under house arrest in her mansion, and her family were flown here during Christmas, while we were being lectured about breaking a Christmas lockdown by Trudeau. Speaking of Huawei, the Five Eyes community threatened to kick us out of the group if we continue to have them here, and they're still here. The other nations can't trust the Liberals with secrets. Why did the federal government feel it appropriate for a Trudeau Foundation board member to investigate the Liberal Party 3 times, and each time they were found not guilty by their own investigator? Last but not least, the Prime Minister of Canada is the laughingstock of the world, and he is an embarrassment to all Canadians, whether you voted for him or not. He will not resign, but it is long past the time for the Liberal Party of Canada to demand that he does. If not, what it tells me and everyone else around the world is that Liberal voters can't be trusted to make a sound decision for the good of their own country. What the hell kind of a world are you building for future generations? That's a sincere question. When you lose trust, it's incredibly difficult to ever get it back. Sometimes it's almost impossible to regain. When you have lost the public's trust, you have forfeited moral high ground and the benefit of the doubt, which is exactly why people are removed from positions of further public trust. The standard must be higher than those who are not in positions of public trust. Society should never be placed in a position where a civil servant's integrity is forever questionable. Do you hear us, Justin Trudeau? It is time for you to resign. If you like what you're seeing and hearing on our Meet Me in the Middle podcast, we want to know about it. My team and I strive to provide compelling content that is of most interest to you. So please interact with me on social media. Let us know what you like, what riles you up, and what makes you feel hopeful during these crazy times. Join my Twitter feed and follow my Facebook and Instagram pages when you visit. I also send a Freedom Updates newsletter right to your inbox with podcast details. Sometimes we even give things away, so sign up on my website. Please hit the subscribe button on both YouTube and Rumble. Be sure to sign up for notifications so you don't miss an episode, and forward this video to a like-minded friend. We're grateful to every one of you for joining us on this freedom journey. We've got a lot more planned, so tune in.